Watch and pray, right? Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. That's Matthew chapter 26, verse 41. Now you imagine these words reported as the words of Jesus Christ. Watch and pray. Christ is saying watch and pray. All right, in that same chapter, which is 26, let us go to verse 36. Verse 36 says, Then cometh Jesus with them unto a place called Gethsemane. Of course, he came with his disciples. When he said cometh with them, this Bible is referring to his disciples. Those were the ones he came with on their way to the place called Gethsemane. And said unto the disciples, you see, when Christ talks, sometimes we know he said that, right? But we don't really give deep thoughts about what he said. He said to them, sit here while I go and pray yonder. Sit here while I go and pray yonder. So he wants them to sit there, so he will move in a little more into the garden of Gethsemane to pray. Prayer. Now, we call ourselves Christians. We do. That's what we are. That is why we celebrate resurrection every time. I can tell you, on Sunday we are simply celebrating resurrection because that was what the Word of God told us. That's the day he rose from the dead. So we have to celebrate that resurrection because Christ is the only one that we know who gave up the ghost and came back. It is worth celebrating, especially not just for the heck of it, but for the reason behind the resurrection. He went and gave his life and came back so that he would do something for us. Go and open the doors. If you are trying to enter a building and you get to that very property, you are at the front door and there's a janitor who is out there with the key, and you have not gone there before. You are a complete stranger. Somebody has to usher you in. The janitor has the keys, a bunch of keys, and you are waiting outside, or even if it's a gate with high walls, and somebody who knows that terrain goes and opens the gate, you will not just jump in. You will wait for the person to go and open the door, go into the building, turn the light on, turn the AC on, do things, and come back to you and say, okay, you may come in. And that's the way it works. People have gone in there without coming back to open any door for anybody. Christ went in there, opened the door, and came back, and then began to tell us that that place is good. Mansion that is preparing for us. So many good things there that he will come back and take us. So now that very Christ is the one who said to his disciples, sit here. Let me go and pray yonder. We've already read somewhere where we are told that the spirit is willing but the flesh is weak. That was what happened to his disciples as they sat there and he went yonder to pray. When he came back, they were already asleep. Yeah, they were spiritually willing. But when you wear out yourself walking on foot, trekking for a good distance, because we don't know how many miles or how many feet, how many yards, how long they trekked to get some money? We don't know. We can know if you try to find out, because it's a living place. It's a place that people live in. You can always find out from Jerusalem to get some money how many miles. So at least they walked on foot. They got to get some money. He told them to sit down. So when they sit down, if you have worn yourself out, when you sit down, sleep can come. Because the body wants to do what is called self-correction. The body does self-correction. That's the way God created the body. Self-correction. In our generation, we try to use medicines and injections and pills and drugs and all kinds of things to correct what we think is wrong. But the body is designed to execute a program that's installed in it by God. That program is a self-correction program. So the body wants to do self-correction when you're sitting down after wearing yourself out. That's what happened to the disciples. He came back and said, "What are you doing? You are asleep."